I regret coming out. I just want to go home now. During the May Day holiday in 2025, popular tourist spots across China were completely overcrowded. Things got so out of control that many visitors were shouting for refunds. Because the economy hasn't been doing well lately, a lot of people have started traveling on a budget. To save money on hotels, some even camped in tents right near the tourist sites. So today, let's talk about this. On May 1st, one blogger shared his trip to Luoyang, Henan, and said the whole experience was a total disaster. I haven't traveled during the May Day holiday in over 10 years, but this year I suddenly felt like going somewhere, so I drove to Zhangjiajie in Luoyang. It's about 350 kilometers away, and the trip took 6 hours. I left around 6 in the morning and got to the scenic area at about 2 p.m. But from the entrance of the park to our hotel, which is only 3 kilometers away, it took us more than 2.5 hours. The traffic was crawling, moving just a few meters at a time. What I want to ask is, when will Chinese tourist spots start treating visitors like human beings? Shouldn't you know how many people your park can handle? Shouldn't you add more staff to help manage traffic and keep things moving? Inside the park, the traffic was a total mess. This trip was just a disaster. The whole experience was terrible. When will tourists be treated with some basic respect? On May 2nd, it got even worse at Zhangjiajie National Forest Park. Thousands of people were stuck at the south gate with no shuttle buses running. Some were so angry they started shouting for refunds. Zhangjiajie raked in huge profits from ticket sales over the holiday, but their service was a disaster. Tourists were treated like cash cows, pay up and move along. The park was packed with 80,000 visitors a day, and people were crammed together like sardines. You'd wait 2 hours in line just to take a quick 2-minute photo. There were constant arguments over people cutting in line, but the staff just ignored them. VIP guests got special treatment, while regular visitors had to wait up to half an hour just to use the restroom. The scenic elevator broke down, leaving thousands of tourists stuck, helpless. That night, thousands of visitors were stranded on the mountain without any shuttle buses to take them back. They were cold, hungry, and the temperature dropped below 10 degrees Celsius. Children and elderly people were freezing and shivering in the dark. There were no blankets, no supplies, and the medical stations were basically useless. When they called the complaint hotline, the response was always the same: "We are aware of your issue." Tourists shouted, "Refund, we're not visitors, we're hostages." Luckily, no one was trampled in the chaos. During the May Day holiday, Liu in Wuhan had over 40,000 reservations every day. It was so packed that instead of enjoying the view, tourists were basically just counting heads. This crazy scene perfectly shows the huge gap in China's tourism industry. Some places are bursting at the seams, while others are completely empty. The management at Liu scenic area in Wuhan during the May Day holiday was a complete mess. Visitors with and without tickets were all mixed together in the same area. Look, I'm standing right here, and my child almost got pushed into the crowd. Is this how Wuhan manages things? The online reservation system in Liu sold out 3 days in advance. The line outside the scenic area stretched for miles, and the entrance was packed with people, like a rush-hour subway. Tourists jokingly said the cultural landmark had turned into a background for photos. What's even crazier is that the nearby parking lots were full, and self-driving tourists couldn't find parking spaces. Some joke that in Wuhan you spend 3 minutes looking at the building, but 3 hours finding a parking spot. Though Liu added 20 temporary ticket booths and opened 3 special sightseeing bus routes, the sudden influx of visitors still exceeded the site's capacity by 20%, leading to overcrowding. Some tourists even pushed each other to grab the best photo spots. During the May Day holiday, tons of popular tourist spots were packed with people. On May 2nd, the lines at Shanghai's Oriental Pearl Tower were so long that some visitors gave up and asked for a refund. On May 2nd, things got totally out of control at Yulong Gorge in Foshan. Angry tourists were all shouting for refunds. That same day in Qingyuan's Huangcheng Gorge, visitors started lining up for rafting at 1 p.m. By 6 p.m., they still hadn't gotten on the water. People were demanding refunds and compensation. On May 2nd at Yushi Grand Canyon in Henan, things got out of hand. Tourists had been stuck in line for 4 hours and still hadn't gotten on a boat. One person complained, "If there aren't enough boats, then stop selling so many tickets. We came all this way just to be told to get a refund." Yesterday we had a terrible time at the crowded tourist spot. We didn't get back to the hotel until midnight. So today we decided to cancel our tickets for the attractions we were planning to visit today. Even though the hotel couldn't be refunded, we didn't care. We weren't going to force ourselves just because, since we're already here. Why? Because we finally figured it out. Vacations are supposed to help you relax and feel happy. But when the crowds are so bad that you're just stressed and tired, it just feels like paying to suffer. What's the point? We're already busy and worn out from school and work. Why should our holiday feel like a race too? So today we decided to cut our losses. We canceled the tickets, slept in, took our time doing makeup, then headed out, had a nice lunch, and just walked around. And guess what? It was the best day so far. No stress, no rushing, just real holiday joy. So I'm saying that your comfort and happiness matter more than many places you visit. The best trip is one where you actually enjoy yourself. During the holiday, lots of tourist spots raised their prices, and many visitors posted videos online complaining about being overcharged. In Beihai, Guangxi, we had 2 crabs, 1 fish, a shell dish, some lettuce stems, 2 oysters, and 2 abalones. Total cost, 220 yuan. If you ever visit Beihai, be careful where you eat. Make sure you check the restaurant prices clearly. 198 yuan per person, just one tractor ride. The money for a tractor is made back in no time. Holy cow, one loop and that's 3,000 yuan in the pocket. Weizhou Island in Guangxi really treats tourists like walking ATMs. Taking the ferry to the island costs at least 150 yuan. A business seat is 180, and some tickets even go for 210 or 240 yuan. Then, just to enter the island, you have to pay another 98 yuan. There's no free transportation on the island. You have to rent a little electric scooter or a car. But when you get to the scenic spots, they don't let you drive all the way in. You have to stop at their parking lots. Then they charge you extra, 5 yuan for scooters, 15 for tricycles, and 20 for cars. They charge for everything they possibly can. It's ridiculous. I rented a car, but they still made me take their shuttle. You can either walk or take the shuttle, but walking is 3 kilometers, so of course you have to pay for the shuttle. Then, what's the point of renting a car? I spent 60 yuan for nothing. They basically force you to pay twice. Honestly, it just feels like one big tourist trap. It's so frustrating. We spent almost 2,000 yuan for 2 nights at this hotel, and they didn't even offer a ride to the station. I had a lot of luggage and no one helped. If you're booking a hotel, be careful with this one. The price is high, but the service is terrible. This was a very bad experience. We booked online and I called to ask if they could pick us up. They said no at first, so I said I'd cancel. Then they called back and said they'd send a car. When we arrived, the air conditioner didn't work. The repair took all day, from noon to 9 p.m. The owner didn't seem to care or want to help. With service like this, I don't want to come back to this island. I just asked how to get to the bus station. We didn't know where it was or how to get there. I wasn't asking for free service, just some help calling a car. And with so much luggage, it was really hard. Some tourist spots in China even fake things just to attract visitors. Have you ever been to Lushan? It's such a scam. You go all the way up the mountain, then come straight back down without seeing anything. Even at the transfer stops, there's nothing worth looking at. You have to keep switching buses just to reach the actual scenic spots. Honestly, I never want to go back. And today we visited a Korean-style village in Zhangjiajie. Right when we walked in, the snow looked super fake. We went a little further and realized it was fake snow. Once you're deeper in the park, there's no snow at all. We came all the way to the northeast and ended up looking at cotton and sand. Some tourist spots will do anything to get your money. They post beautiful photos online to attract visitors, but when you show up, it's nothing like what they advertised. This is Lijiang's so-called famous sunrise rooftop. The ads make it look magical. You wake up, stretch, and take in stunning views of the ancient town. Like a dream, right? But the truth? It's just one dirty old bed sitting in a messy, trashy area. It feels more like a dump than a scenic spot. And guess what? You have to pay 200 yuan just to take a photo there. Now, take this fairy tale train in Hulanbur. The promo video makes it look like something from Ghibli movie. But in real life, it's a few rusty barrels pulled by a tractor kicking up dust the whole way. One short ride costs 55 yuan. What a scam. And then there's the famous Chaka Salt Lake, known as the Sky Mirror. Online it looks magical, but when you get there it just looks like a regular man-made pond. If it didn't say that this was Chaka Salt Lake, would anyone even know? What is this? Because the economy's been rough lately, more people are cutting back on travel costs. This May Day holiday, a new trend took off, people bringing their own tents. Nicknamed the Field Army, these travelers skip hotels and homestays, pitching tents right at the tourist spots instead. This is the campsite where I'm staying. My mom's cooking over there, that's my bed, and this is my car. Let me show you how safe and cozy everything is. We use a small gas stove to cook. It runs on gas canisters and has a wind cover. Super handy for outdoor cooking. Here's my tent. I put a rain cover on top because it gets a bit damp at night. The cover keeps it dry and warm, so it's not cold when I sleep. Let me show you inside the tent. I'm airing it out right now. It was a bit messy, so I just tidied it up. All done. Here's my inflatable mattress. It's nice and thick, about 20 centimeters, and really comfy. This is a 1.8 by 2 meter mattress, pretty big, right? It can fit 4 people easily, like 2 adults and 2 kids. In Shenzhen, there's actually a quiet beach where you can still pitch a tent. I found it during the holiday. It's just a 40-minute drive from the city, and the parking lot is right next to the beach, so you don't have to carry your gear far. Best part? You're allowed to camp right on the sand, and the fee is pretty reasonable. Unfortunately, it was really windy that day. One of our tent poles broke, so we couldn't set up our canopy. Still, I brought my son here for his first beach trip, and even though things didn't go perfectly, we had a fun time. On May 3rd, a blogger posted a video showing tents everywhere by the road near a tourist spot. There were tents all over the place, he said. At first, I didn't get why, but then I realized hotels that are usually $20 a night were now $100, and $35 ones had jumped to $140. People who travel a lot are smart. They just bring tents and sleep outside. That's why there were so many tents. Now I understand. These people are pros. On May 1st, the Wanpingkao scenic area in Rijiao, Shandong also saw a tent craze. Tourists set up tents along the beach to camp out. Wow, look at this beach in Zhejiao. It's packed with people. Tents are everywhere. Kids are digging in the sand. People are splashing around, and some are swimming. The ocean goes on forever, and the weather's great today. I've already helped my kids dig 2 big holes in the sand. People often ask where to pitch a tent in Zhejiao. Here are 3 beaches I recommend. They're spacious, great for swimming, and the last one is also good for swimming and digging for seafood. Wapingko Beach, but heads up, traffic can get really bad. Forest Park Beach, third bathing beach. The north side has rocky areas and the south side is perfect for swimming. One blogger posted a video and said, "The beach is super popular and it's crowded, but people just aren't spending money. Everyone brought their own tents, cooking gear, everything. Running a guest house this year is tough. We can't charge more and tourists don't want to spend at all. Just look at the beach, tents everywhere. It's not a beach anymore, it's a full-blown campsite. People came fully prepared, bringing all their cooking gear. They've really made the beach their home." That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.